This episode of Unqualified is brought to you by State Farm, who has surprisingly great rates for your auto insurance. In 1999, my mom recorded me in our family room, delivering the lines for what I thought was a horror movie. My mom read the other roles, and I thought she gave a much better performance than I did. There was even a moment when I seriously considered not sending the tape because that would require a trip to the post office and an entire day's salary for postage. Not that I had a paying job. I was surprised when I received a phone call asking if I could audition in person. Then I realized that the casting director must have mixed up my tape with someone else's. I could have pointed out the error, but I'd never been to LA and wanted to go. So my parents gave me airline miles, and I flew to Los Angeles, Burbank actually, where I auditioned every day for a week and slept on 3 different couches. At the week's end, my friend with the least comfortable couch offered to drive me to the airport, and because at the time it was hard to find good Mexican food in Washington State, I wanted one last burrito. My pager began buzzing just as our nachos arrived. There was a payphone in the back of the restaurant, and when I returned the page, I was told that I got the role. It was one of the biggest surprises of my life. I was also surprised to learn that Scary Movie was actually a comedy. This was after my audition. Speaking of nice surprises, State Farm provides coverage that meets your needs at a surprisingly great rate. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Today, we're bringing you a caller update from Jesse, who originally called in on episode 135 with Bo Burnham to discuss the social anxiety that he was struggling to deal with. We've put together a brief recap of that initial call to help refresh your memory, followed by an update from Jesse himself, where he will tell us all about how he is coping with his social anxiety today.
Hello?
Hey, Jesse, it's Sim. How are you?
Hi, Sim. I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing well. Anna, say hi to Jesse.
Hi, Jesse. We are here with Bo Burnham.
Hi, Jesse.
Hi, Bo. So basically, I'm entering my sophomore year of college right now. And when I was younger in middle school and high school, I didn't really often have many friend groups. I just have this problem whenever I become part of a friend group, when I start getting close to everyone and I really feel like part of the friend group, that's when I start getting anxiety about it's so weird how friend group dynamics are. It's sometimes there are certain people that are wanted to be there and certain people that aren't. And I kind of feel like I have to be with them all the time. And when I'm not with them, I kind of worry that maybe they're going out without me. And I'm kind of worried that maybe some people there don't want me, even though others do. And then it's where is my place in this group? Should I be out with my friends or not? And so I guess my question to you guys is, how do you learn to deal with those feelings?
Oh, you are living my life. I'm just the kind of person that has 1 or 2 really, really close friends. But also as a creative person, we sort of crave intensity a bit. And sometimes group settings just aren't the easiest thing for us. Do you feel that way, Bo?
Yeah, I mean, the thing you're struggling with is because you are a perceptive, emotionally intelligent person. And the individual connections you are having feel more comfortable because they are more true and right. It's just an impossibility for 6 people to hang out on equal footing. You know what I mean? It's just it's crazy. And I don't think you're even alone in your feelings in your friend group.
I wish I had really practical advice, log on to this thing and find whatever game night.
Stay the course is the advice. Just know that he's not alone and that this is completely normal.
Exactly. Yeah, Jesse, you're not alone. And I always took solace in reveling in my loneliness. I would just put my headphones on and listen to really sad music.
Yeah,
feels like
I just think you can like devalue those group situations as like inherently so important to what you are as a friend or a member of a friend group. Like it's the weird thing that happens on Friday nights when you all get together, and it's like the true thing, the actual deep lasting thing is the thing that's working for you, which is the one-on-one relationships.
Absolutely.
That's actually what matters.
Hi, Anna and crew. I'm really glad that I have a chance to talk to you guys again after this summer, because things are going way better. After I came back to school, I was able to see my therapist on a regular basis again, and she helped me resolve a lot of issues with my anxiety. And it turned out that one of the biggest problems, ironically, was that I was uncomfortable spending time alone, and that kind of helped me have more anxiety when I was spending time with other people. Because a big part of why I felt anxious when I was around other people was because I felt like if they weren't approving of me, then I wasn't worth anything. And in order for me to kind of get past that, I had to learn to realize that I was worth something even when I was on my own and there are no people around. Something that really helped with that is actually, I switched my major at school from animation to sequential art, which is essentially comics. And being able to kind of just take time to sit by myself and work on a comic and do art without really talking to anyone or worrying about keeping up conversation was a really great way for me to kind of just have like my own me time, so that when I went out and hung out with other people, then it wasn't as hard, because if I'm okay being alone and I know I'm a cool, good person when I'm alone, then I can be a cool, good person when I'm out with other people as well. If you guys want to see any of the stuff I've drawn, my art accounts are actually at Drifter Draws on Twitter and Instagram. And I mean, I'm just really proud of the stuff that I've put up there, and I'm proud of myself as a person now, a lot more than I was this summer. Thanks again for reaching out to me, and I hope stuff's going as good for you as it is for me. See ya!
This episode is brought to you in part by Plant Botanical. As everyone slowly comes out of hiding, many of you are asking the same questions. Am I ready for actual human contact? Should I swipe right? Will they look like their picture? Do I look like my picture? Is that the face of an axe murderer? Do I really want to take off these sweats? And for those of you who get that far, what drink should I be casually sipping? I have the answer to that one. While your date sits awkwardly silent, stunned by your good looks, dazzled by your intellect, or wondering how to dispose of your body, the drink in your hand should be delicious, refreshing, crisp, clean, Plant Botanical Vodka Seltzer. Weighing in at only 1 carb, made with real fruit and botanicals traditionally used for stamina, immunity, and detox, Plant Botanical is already thinking about your future encounters. Follow and DM at Plant Loves You and share a story or video of your funniest, wildest, or most awkward date for a chance to win up to $1,000 for your next one. Plant Botanical, your perfect companion while you look for your perfect companion. Available at Target, Pavilions, Vons, Total Wine, or visit plantlovesyou.com to find a store near you. Plant Vodka and Vodka Seltzer. Just the good shit. This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by Best Fiends. We all know there really is only one Match 3 style game worth playing. It's the one with an actual storyline, cool collectible characters, and non-stop action-packed adventure. It's the one with literally thousands of challenging puzzles to solve. And yes, I'm using the word literally correctly. Of course, I'm talking about Best Fiends. You meet your best fiends early in their careers. They don't have much experience, but they have heart. I recognized a little piece of myself in each of them. And so I began to assemble the perfect team. I watched them grow as we solved puzzle after puzzle, working hard and playing hard. Today, my best fiends are ready to go anytime and anywhere. I'm really proud of what they have become. With new challenges and levels added all the time, there's never a boring moment. So download Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends.
So Stacy is in Kentucky and she's 33.
Hello.
Hey, Stacy, how are you?
Good.
Hi, Stacy. It's Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Hi. So we're here with Ashley Benson, who is awesome.
Hi.
Hi, Ashley.
How are you?
So
Wait, Stacy. Thank you. Before we begin,
Yeah?
Thank
sorry,
you,
go ahead.
Stacy, so much for submitting a question, and hopefully we can give you some somewhat helpful advice.
we're going to try. Stacy, the subject of your email is, do I have a boyfriend? So tell us what you mean by that.
Yes, it is. Okay. So I have this amazing person in my life. We talk every day and make an honest effort to make our busy schedules work to see each other. Sometimes it can take a couple of months, but we make it work. When we see each other, we spend our time mainly at his apartment, relaxing, watching TV. We've never been on a date. We haven't met each other's families, and we don't exchange presents on holidays. He has mentioned that he was interested in something long-term with me, but the conversation never went anywhere. And in May, it'll be 3 years of this. So I am just wondering, is he my boyfriend?
Well, okay. So I have a few questions. Within the 3 years, has he dated anybody else?
No.
And you haven't dated anybody else?
No.
Oh my God, this is like such a beautiful rom-com. Hopefully. So what do you think, if you guys are both clearly enjoy each other's company, what do you think is sort of stopping, what's your gut reaction in terms of like hesitation on taking things to the next level?
So he is working on his PhD. He's extremely busy. He also teaches on campus. He's on the board of trustees, very busy man. And then with my career, I hardly have any time either. So I was wondering if maybe after school he was thinking of, kind of starting something officially, or, are we just maintaining something that's not going to happen?
Oh man. I mean, part of me wants the romantic in me wants, you guys to be watching a movie and you just lean over and start I don't know, kissing his neck or something or but I don't know if because normally, of course, in the way we've been brought up in our society, the man is usually the aggressor, and that's not something that I agree with necessarily, but that's how we've been socialized. So
right.
For him to not have done that, when you guys talk or text or whatever, is it usually you initiating things? I just want to know what his level of engagement with you is. Does that make sense?
So when we do talk, his conversations generally focus around me. He asks how I am, how work is going, anything that we've said in a previous conversation he usually follows up on. It seems like he genuinely cares, about my life and what's going on. But when I ask him questions, like how's life, how's school, he usually just has one word, responses it's exhausting or stressful. It's almost like he doesn't want to burden me with that. Not that it would be.
So to me, it sounds like he's either a player and or because the vagueness is interesting to me, or he's incredibly shy. What would your gut be, Stacy? Do you think is your gut saying that he's that he has other things going on, or he's asexual and just, or what do you think? What's your gut with this?
I think part of it is he's just a giant overthinker like I am as well. So I don't know if he's trying to pick up on something that I'm giving off. I would say it's probably mostly shy and just not feeling comfortable, I guess, making that move.
So then I wonder if that is your instinct. I wonder, and I don't normally recommend this, but I wonder if this is one of those scenarios where you are gently proactive.
How old is he?
He is 26, so he's 7 years younger than me.
And what's he? Well, you don't have. I don't know. I am interested in what he's studying. Do you know
what he's studying? His PhD?
Oh, he is a public health and health education.
So, oh boy, I mean, this is oddly tricky.
So
Stacy,
no other.
this
He
is
hasn't been
tricky.
dating at all 3 years, right? And you guys haven't really had any conversations
Right.
about taking it to the next level.
Well, the long-term conversation that came up, we were actually supposed to go to a wedding together. He had asked me to actually go with him, and I was excited because it was going to be our first date. But then I had to cancel because of a work situation, and I was pretty upset. And I told him, that it was very upsetting, and I'm sorry I couldn't go. And he had mentioned, like, it's no big deal. I'm interested in more of long-term with you than just a silly wedding. And then this was over text message, so I probably sent him like a smiley face emoji and like something awkward, and that was it.
Oh, okay. So you guys are both kind of shy and delicate around each other.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So do you know how, like, sometimes, like, we talk about how no relationship is 50-50, whether it's like friendships or relationships, or like usually it's 60-40, and once you get past like 70-30, then I think that there's like danger zone area or whatever. But because you guys both seem like you guys might be sort of at the 50-50 arena. It sounds like that you guys are both kind of shy, and not that, Stacy, I don't mean to make any presumption because I'm so fucking unqualified, but it does seem like that he is into you. He invited you to a wedding, and he doesn't, maybe you may, I don't know, you may have to make the first move on this.
I was just going to say that. I think that you should, if you've never been on an actual date, you should at this point, going on 3 years, like obviously you guys talk all the time. You guys know a lot about each other. I think that if he's not going to make the first move, you should definitely just put it out there and see what happens. Because you don't want to keep just waiting around for him to make...
Do you guys talk on the phone regularly?
Yeah, because he's 90 miles away, right? So
Yeah.
you guys FaceTime, and like how often?
Yeah.
But you guys always sleep together whenever you guys see each other. There's always sex involved.
Not always. Sometimes when we visit, we just genuinely enjoy each other's company, and just like we just watch TV. But then sometimes we do have sex. It's not every time. And then on the phone, we usually talk maybe once a week on the phone. Usually on Sundays when he has some time, he'll call me.
So do you get the feeling, and Stacy, I don't want to put you on the spot and you don't have to answer this. Do you get the feeling that, like, when talking about like the relationship balance, that he likes you more than you like him, or do you like him more than he likes you? And the reason why I ask that is because I want to protect you. If you get the feeling, if they're like somewhere in your gut that he might be seeing other people or whatever, then I don't want to give you the advice of saying, like, hey, I really like you. I want to be with you. I want you to be my boyfriend. If you're getting the feeling that you might be exposing yourself to rejection. So if you don't get that feeling, then I would recommend sort of being gently aggressive with it. But if you do get the feeling that things with him, like if he is maybe, seeing other people, then I would say then that I guess that's a whole other conversation. So it's something to think about, I guess. Like, what? Like, do you have a gut instinct right now?
At this point, I feel like it's pretty mutual. I really don't feel like he would like me more, or that I like him more.
And do you want to be with him? I mean, you do, right? I mean,
Yes, I definitely do.
okay. So maybe you make that. Maybe you say to him, I'm crazy about you. I want to be with you. And let me know, like, I don't know. I've never done like the grand gestury movement, but I just don't want him to be playing you. And so I think that, if you might have to sort of lay your cards on the table with him,
and watch his reaction, immediate reaction. Seriously, like, make sure he doesn't hesitate. Sorry, keep going.
I just, I mean, when you first described him, Stacy, I was imagining like this, very, socially awkward guy who doesn't have a girlfriend, like, and he secretly has been crazy about you. But with some of the other information, it makes me worried that he's playing you a bit, and not playing you, but that he assumes that you're on the same page as he is, which may be that he's
right.
Like, I'm not ready to make a commitment to any girl, and I've got all my, I'm working on my PhD, and like I'm teaching, I'm too busy, and
after 3 years, Anna, at this point, he's not going to change the situation if he's very happy and content with what's happening right now. So you may have to say something right now just to see what the real deal is.
Yeah. I don't know. Ashley, do you have any thoughts?
I mean,
I wanted to believe in this beautiful love story.
But it can still be that. I mean, 3 years is a long time to give your time to someone and to keep speaking so frequently. I mean, that's a long period of time to have what this is now. It's kind of at a standstill. I feel that there's no moves being made. My only advice would to just go for it and see what happens, because that's the only way you'll ever know if it's actually going to be a real thing. Because it's not fair to you. It's not fair to him. If you feel like you're in a relationship for 3 years, you don't see them often, you talk to them, however many times you talk during the week, you get a phone call, you can FaceTime, but at the end of the day, that's not a relationship that you're looking for.
And Ashley brings up a good point in the sense, Stacy, that what you mentioned about, he's really busy. But the thing is that, we're all really fucking busy. But when you love somebody and you want to, you make time for them. And not to overemphasize that point, because truly we are all really fucking busy.
Right.
So things shouldn't be, I forget to call my parents all the time. Well, I don't actually forget. I love you, Mom and Dad, but at the point when it's sort of, when you are defending your idea of a relationship, when something in your gut says, I'm not sure what's happening, it might, I'm backing away from my original advice a little bit, because I don't know, in my gut, I'm worried that he's not ready to commit to anything. And if you ask that of him, you won't get what you want. And I also, though, you can't force anything out of anybody that they don't want to give. and
Right.
and then then it just fucking sucks to have like the rejection of like. So I don't know, Sim, from a male perspective, what do you think? Like,
I don't think it's going to end the way Stacy wants it to end.
do you get the feeling, because truly, like,
I
when
get the
Stacy was
feeling-
first
I
talking,
get
I
the
was
feeling-
like, Stacy, I don't mean to talk about you, like, you're not here, but I really was thinking, like, oh my god, this is going to be a perfect love story, but now
He's
I really don't know.
he's 26 and totally comfortable with the situation. I'm sure
Yeah.
he thinks you're great. I'm sure he loves hanging out with you, and he gets to have sex with you, and he lives 90 miles away, so he could date whoever he wants wherever he is, and he knows that you're always going to be there. And I don't think you should give that to him anymore. I really don't. I'm sorry.
I just don't want you to be hurt. You know, I don't want him to
Right.
portray a different which I guess, to his credit, if he is who Sim is suggesting, which,
That's my gut, and I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
I could be
no.
wrong, though.
No, I hear you, Sim, but I think you're like, but if he is who Sim is suggesting, at least to his credit, that he hasn't been like, oh, you're my girlfriend from, my long distance girlfriend, and he's fucking around with you not knowing. So I guess good on him. But I don't know, maybe there's a world where he's
I hope I'm wrong about this. by the way.
but do you think that we should tell Stacy that, to ask him, like, what do you
what's the deal here? It's been
like
3
what
years.
is our status?
Yeah.
Like
100%.
Stacy, would you feel comfortable asking him something like that?
I think at this point, like you said, it's kind of at a standstill, and it's like, okay, now what's next? I've almost blurted it out several times, but I don't know if that was like the best thing to do, because I didn't know if I was ready for the wrong answer. But I think after hearing some more opinions, I think that's pretty much my only option.
Well, I think I think that you should say, here's what I'm looking for, and state your goals. I mean, Stacy, you sound like you're fucking awesome, and I know that as like women, we've been I believe it. You fucking called into our podcast. I know you're fucking awesome, but as women, we've been like socialized, A, for like men to make the first move, and B, for us to be like, oh, we need the relationship defined, which I am of that. I am that person. I like a relationship. I like monogamy. That's just how I'm built, or whatever. I like that. And I think that that's very fair. I think that we've been in sort of this, like, the climate change of gender, or like our gender positions. We've been scared to ask for definition, but I think it's okay if you. I think you should ask, like, where are we at, and hopefully he will be honest with you, and he'll either say, I love you, I want to be with you, or he'll say, I'm not ready to make any kind of commitment right now. But I think that the strength in you asking in an unemotional way, well, it's all emotional. What the fuck am I talking about? I don't know. But I think it's important, because at least then he won't be dragging, like, if he's like, I'm finishing my work, whatever, and then at least you won't be like, where are we? And it's very fair. Of course, it's fair. It's more than fair and appropriate for you to ask, like, where what do you see our relationship as? Like, and then you can decide, okay, well, if it's this thing, then I'm going to move on and find somebody who is interested in a relationship that the kind that I want, or you can decide I like him enough and I accept his terms and I'll be with him, or like whatever, visit him and he'll visit me and we'll continue to talk. Or and you can tell him like I'm also going to see other people. Or you can decide, fuck that noise. Wait, did I ever say that? Was that the first one? But Stacy, I just want you to be happy and protect yourself and feel fucking loved.
Exactly. And no one deserves to be like in limbo for 3 years and not really know. No one deserves that.
Yeah. I think too, it's like, you're obviously an incredible woman, and you don't deserve to invest so much of your time into one person and not have the outcome that you want, which is why you have to be forward and ask him point blank, because you could be out there meeting amazing people and having the relationship that you want, instead of just kind of waiting around for him to say yes or no, because it's not fair on you, and you're wasting time with someone who isn't ready to commit. And if you do ask him and he says yes, that's amazing. If he says no, I also think that's truly a blessing, because that gives you the opportunity to put yourself out there, find the person who is going to love you, be the guy that you want for yourself in a relationship, instead of just kind of waiting.
And Stacy, if any comfort, I feel like I've been the queen of like trying to make a bad thing work, because that's how because I like monogamy and I like seeing the best in people and seeing and I love companionship, but also don't succumb to the pressure of I don't know what your family life is like, or whatever, if people in your life are like getting married or whatever, and like, when are you gonna do? But I just want to discourage you from I think as women we get so much age pressure, and you are so young, and I'm also really young. Don't mind me. but point being, like, don't, if I don't know, I know that I'm sort of speaking from this is all about me right now, and Stacy, I have no idea if you feel the pressure of like whatever, if people in your life are like, well, it's time, when are you gonna have a kid, or whatever the fuck people say, but I would encourage you to, march to the beat of your own drum, I suppose. And I just don't know about this guy. Mm-hmm. That's my takeaway. Initially, I was like, oh, he's just shy. But now I feel a little bit like, I don't know. He's not protecting you in the way that I want you protected.
Stacy, when do you think you want to talk to him?
Horrible timing, but I am probably going to see him on Valentine's Day. So probably this weekend.
Anna, is that a good time to bring it up?
I think that's great. I think that's...
Wait. But what do you guys do? Are you driving to him?
I have to pick up a friend from the airport, and she's going to the same city. So I am going to head over there, and we're just going to do the usual, hang out at his apartment.
Wait, you're not going to go out to... He's not taking you out to dinner? Do you want to be taken out to dinner?
No.
But do you want to be taken out to dinner? Like, would you like that?
Oh, yeah, that would be nice. Yeah.
Stacy, I don't like this guy very much. I'm so sorry to put it so bluntly.
You know how... I'm not going to say anything, but you know how I feel about this. I feel like...
That I just... and I so understand, like, wanting to see somebody that you have a lot of feelings for, but I just don't know how much I like this guy. What's your friend doing that night?
I think she's just going to be out with a few other girlfriends. So, if it comes down to it, I'll probably just go hang out with her.
Stacey.
I think that
Stacey.
you should 100% have a girls' night, because if he's not going to take you to dinner on Valentine's Day and you haven't been on a date, like, that is, you would enjoy yourself way more with your girlfriends, having a drink, going to dinner, whatever it is,
Yeah.
instead of being miserable in his apartment,
Exactly.
not being taken on a date.
Exactly. But Stacy, please know that we all fucking understand the idea of crushing hard and thinking like oh, this, like, you know, just the usual shit that like, oh, this person will love me, or like something amazing might happen, when truly you guys might be watching Game of Thrones, which I love, but for like the 8th time, which I love, I think is actually gets better the 8th time around. But you're going to be wondering, what is our status? How do I bring this up? My friends are having fun. And I just want you to protect yourself, you know, before.
I guess
Yeah.
I guess it's just easier to, like, because he's so nice and he's a wonderful person. I guess it's easier to dismiss somebody that's worse, you know? Like, if he was just like a jerk to me, I guess it would be easier to say, you know what, I'm going to go out with someone else.
No,
and not you.
completely. He's like being a subtle, he's just being, and to, like I said, to his credit, at least he's not like, defining things in a super manipulative way. He's just being like, I'm busy. And which, you know, I just don't, you know, I want you to, you know, it's so fucking lame that I keep saying this, but I just wish I could have told myself this when I was 23 or 17.
Anna, you're getting a note sent to you right here.
Oh, I'm getting a note, Stacy.
Hang on a second, Stacy.
Okay.
This is very important. This
But
is exciting.
Stacy, I have to tell you, I don't know if it's of any comfort, but we've all been here. You know, like, and I don't know if we would be human if we weren't.
Right.
And so I just, yeah, I think that you should pick up your friend. You should tell this guy, like, I'd really love to see you, but on Valentine's Day, but I would really like to do something fun, and I'm not quite sure what our like. I may, this is a circumstance where I actually would encourage texting.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that next.
Yeah,
So texting over in person or over the phone.
Yeah, and truly, like,
Okay.
I would have like a great fucking time with your friends as opposed to like watching TV with a guy who's uncertain about what he wants. Because someone should be like,
I think I'd rather do that too.
I want to fucking go down on you. Like, it's like, I want you in my life for the rest of my life. So
Hell
fuck
yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. Well, Stacey,
Yeah.
thank you so much for taking the time to
Stacey,
hang out with
thank you
us.
so much.
And please update us and let us
Yeah,
know
thank
how
you
it all
guys
goes
so
down.
much.
Please do. I think we're gonna get a lot of feedback.
I will.
Stacey. Please,
But
so
have
please
fun
keep
on
us-
Valentine's Day with your girlfriend.
Yes,
I really, really
fuck
think that
yeah.
you should literally have the best
Oh, I
time.
will.
Good.
Like,
Yeah,
listen.
that makes me happy.
I want to
Amazing.
like, if you guys, Stacy, if you guys reach out to Sim, I want to like buy you guys shots at
Yeah,
whatever bar
100%.
you're at.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a great idea. Let's do
I
it.
would love that.
Okay, will you
Definitely.
please film you I want a video of the shot so we can put it on our social.
Yes.
Please.
Sounds good.
Thank you
I
so
can do
much.
that.
Thank you, Stacy.
Bye,
Thank you.
Stacy.
We can-
Thank
we
you
can wrap it.
guys. Bye.
Ashley Benson.
Hey.
Yeah. I know.
Tough.
I know.
Wild.
Hey, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. This was so much fun. You guys are amazing.
Do you want to have a decompression moment after we stop recording?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Ashley.
Thanks, guys.
I love you. I love you so much. You're so fucking cool. I love you. Thank you.
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by The Pill Club. Do you need to renew your birth control prescription? Want to switch your birth control? Maybe try it for the first time. Whether you know the brand you want or you're looking for help finding the best option, the Pill Club medical team has your back. With the Pill Club, you'll never have to make a trip to the doctor or wait in line at the pharmacy. The Pill Club is a birth control subscription prescribed by a medical professional and delivered straight to your door for free in discreet packaging. The Pill Club carries over 120 FDA-approved brands. Most brands of birth control are free with insurance or Medicaid. Otherwise, prices start as low as $7 per month without insurance. Right now, when you go to thepillclub.com/unqualified, the Pill Club is offering a $10 donation to bedsider.org for every unqualified listener who becomes a patient. Your donation will help low-income individuals get access to birth control through bedsider.org. That's thepillclub.com/unqualified to get your first birth control care package. That's thepillclub.com/unqualified to get your first birth control care package and donate to help more women in need of affordable birth control. Remember, thepillclub.com/unqualified. You must use the link to make a donation.
She was so cute.
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by Intuit, powering products like TurboTax, QuickBooks, Mint, and Credit Karma. Intuit works for what you work for, and it was only recently that I found out they were working for me. I've been using QuickBooks for years and more recently began using Mint, which is an easy way to create monthly budgets. It was a bit surprising to realize how much I could save by learning how to make coffee. With Intuit, artificial intelligence can predict your future cash flow, recognize a misplaced digit in an account or routing number, and even connect users with live experts who can assist with navigating life changes or help with unique tax situations. Everything is automatically organized as you track your personal or business expenses by scanning receipts, invoices, and other financial documents, while smart budgeting tools let you know before you overspend. Innovative features like these make managing your finances simple, but as you probably already knew, innovation is at the core of everything Intuit does. Discover how Intuit's products can help you see what's possible at intuit.com. That's INTUIT.com.
To wrap up today's episode, we're going to go to another classic call. We have Dianne, who called in during Isla Fisher's episode way back, episode number 51, to talk about her boyfriend and the one rule of their non-monogamous relationship that he broke. And a real quick reminder for all of our listeners, please reach out and contact us at unqualified.com/contact to share your feedback or suggest a classic call that you want to hear on future episodes. Dianne is 29 and she is in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we can't see her.
Oh, that's good.
Hello?
Dianne! Yay, Dianne!
Hi!
Hi, it's Sim, and Anna's here. Anna, say hi.
Hi, Dianne.
Hi, Anna. It's like I heard that you guys have been having some trouble, so sorry about that.
I'm glad we finally connected, but we do have a special guest here that Anna's going to introduce to you right now.
Dianne, we have Isla Fisher here, and she's so fucking awesome, and I just love her so much.
Hi, Dianne. How are you? I'm Australian, so my accent's a little different, but
she's really hard to understand.
Yay!
That's me being a horrible person. Yeah, thank you so much for submitting a question. I don't know what it is. I know Sim does.
I know we talked earlier, and so we're going to get into a little bit of background in a second, but you and your boyfriend are in a non-monogamous relationship, and before you get into what happened recently, tell us give us a little bit of background, and then tell us what happened. And then we're going to try and give you some advice.
Sure. The background on that is, my boyfriend and I have been together for 2.5 years. We are non-monogamous, and the tenets of that were basically that if there were other people, my rule was that we both use protection, and the rule that he brought to the table was no friends. We've reconfirmed that at different times because I know that he is still friends with people he had previous sexual relationships with. I'm not really concerned about that, but we just made sure to be on top of, whether that, just that I knew that it wasn't like this loaded thing. But furthering that is basically, on my side of the relationship, I want to know if he hooks up with anyone, based on the fact that he doesn't actually have sex casually. He's that much, it's basically if he's sleeping with somebody
I know that that's a person who is going to have meaning to him. And it's also, like, not going to be a surprise to me, probably. Like, it's not going to sneak up on me, was essentially my thoughts in this. And then...
So, get into what happened, Dianne.
Okay, hang on. Sorry, I'm just, like, sitting in a park.
Oh, my God, bless your heart. I have so many questions.
I know, me too.
Yeah, but I think it's important to know exactly what happened here.
Okay, so what happened is, so that's the background. Oh, I should probably just also finish, like, his side is that he doesn't want to know if I do things with other people. That's just for full clarity. But I do. So basically what happened is that my boyfriend recently went to Spain for about a month to visit his father. His father lives there. He hasn't seen his dad in a couple of years. While he was in Spain, an affair for 2 weeks. He was on this trip with two of our friends. Both of those friends had recently undergone major losses in their lives. So it was kind of just like a trip full of people who needed to, like, get out of the country.
One was a female friend and one was a male friend, right?
Yeah, one is a female friend, one is a male friend. And I can break down, like, the specifics of the loss. I don't, like, know how relevant both of them are, but that said, so he had an affair with the female friend for 2 weeks.
So he had a relationship for 2 weeks with somebody in Spain as well as this female friend, or it's the female friend?
No,
that had
the
this
female
sex
friend was...
Okay, so we're just talking about one person.
One
Copy
person,
that.
exactly.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, he imported this and he brought it home, which is what I'm furious about. I feel like this is a little bit manufactured, if I'm being completely honest. But, so that said, I'm trying to find out.
And this is his rule, right? No friends was his rule.
Okay, but sorry, go on. I want you to finish your story before I, like, give you a barrage.
I will say that, like, regarding his role, he's very much into the whole, like, well, specifics, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, but you said no. And he's like, well, I felt at the time, because he is still in a place where he thinks that his interpretation of what he did was that he did a compassionate act for a good person in a dark place.
Whoa. He did her the favor of having sex with her? Oh, what a great guy. Yeah.
I'm sorry to laugh, but that's...
Pity fuck. Everyone loves a pity fuck.
Basically, like, he's starting a nonprofit.
Yeah. By coming in her hair, I was soothing her.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want to put
Dianne,
you on the
we're not.
defense.
Yeah. And so basically, the reason that he said that, like, last year, our female friend lost her husband. They'd only been married. They'd been together 4 years. They'd only been married for a couple of months, and unfortunately, he passed. And that is, she's been coping with that, and it's been terrible for her. And I can't imagine, like, the depth of, like, pain and loss and hurt and just the hole that left in her life. That said, she is closer to my boyfriend than she is to me.
So he's having an emotional affair. What do you object to is the fact this is not a sexual affair. This is an emotional affair.
Wait.
Oh, no. I am really upset that they had sex. Like, she had come
also,
to me.
right.
Yeah. Well, they didn't. Here's the thing. Okay, if I'm being real specific. Oh my God. Okay, because they didn't. He feels that, like, he's in a place where, like, he didn't think that I would be that upset, because basically what happened in Spain was they both got sick the moment that they landed. So the whole room situation got switched around. So then the two of them were sharing a bed because they didn't want to make the third wheel sick.
You got to be kidding me.
I'm not kidding. Here's the thing. I wouldn't have minded any of this. I wouldn't even have been, like, I would still be hurt, but I wouldn't be, like, half as mad if I had known, because, like, apparently, like, a week went by, and then they got drunk, and she kissed him, and they did everything but have sex, and then continued on, like, he apparently says that there was nothing sexual after that, but he did continue a physical flirtation.
When did you find out about, like, the hotel sickness thing? Is, like, because of how, like, I mean, because to me that seemed, and Dianne,
yeah,
I'm not crazy about this guy.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Okay,
Dianne wants,
But wait. Can I explore a little bit more?
Which I think before you do that, though, before you guys start to like, your barrage of comments, And she's reaching out. She's reaching out because you want to know what you can do to kind of do. Because do you feel like salvaging this, or do you want to wait to hear what Anna and Isla have to say first?
Both. Like, I can say, like, if like there's obviously like a lot to say about that. Like, I've it's been about 13 days like since it's happened, so I understand that I'm a little everywhere. I'm definitely in a place where like I've at least stopped crying. But
do you have any dependence with this person?
Yeah, good question.
Oh, absolutely no. Absolutely
Do
no.
you share an animal?
No.
Great.
No,
you guys live together? You guys live together?
Are you economically dependent? Are you dependent on him?
He's a part of my day-to-day. I've been living with other people since this happened, on and off. We've lived together since July, so I could save money to get my own place actually this month.
Oh,
so,
that's good.
Like even that was trying to solve itself. Like I'm not somebody who wants to live with my partner. We used to live across the street from each other, which was ideal. Like, if I could have that for like the rest of my life, that would be perfect.
Well, okay, but wait, why
Well,
would you say that?
I mean, apparently she's already in a non-monogamous relationship, so
You keep saying, I wouldn't even have minded, or I would be happy to live alone. You know, do you actually want do you want to have emotional intimacy with a human? Like, do you want a partner, or is this bravado because you've been put into a corner with a guy that said, these are the only things I can give you, and so you've said to yourself, well, I'm happy to accept them? Or are you genuinely, if you were to write down on a list of the kind of dream attributes of a future partner, you would say, I don't want to live with them, I am happy to be in a non-monogamous relationship? I mean, do you know what your identity is as an individual, or is it just... You do. And these are the things you honestly want to be open because sexually you want to explore other things. You don't want to be locked down.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing where it's specific to this partner. I don't want to be locked down. That goes both ways. It's not that I don't want a primary partner at some part in my life. It's not that I don't want a partner. I've experienced that with other people. When he and I met, when he and I met, we were both in long distance relationships. That eventually, and everything kind of happened organically. His person moved out of the country completely, so that became what it was. And my other partner at the time, I had just moved to Los Angeles. I didn't know if I was staying in Los Angeles, and ended up, the jig is up. 4 months came and went, 6 months came and went, and now it's been 2.5 years. He and I are still very, very close, and we're still very good friends, and he has somebody else in his life, and we were able to, with communication, seek that into a very close friendship. It was done with clarity, it was done with respect, and it was done with love. Because what I want is basically like, hey, I love you, go be happy. That had much clearer terms about the fact that what I wanted was to be able for us to get a beer together, because if I couldn't have that with him in my life, I'd be really upset.
The whole idea of establishing a non-monogamous relationship is the idea of like, you know what, we are going to be so open that we tell each other everything. And these are the rules we've established, and like the openness includes like, I want to fuck other people. But what he is really saying to you is he's lying to you with your established agreement of openness, which is, it's a relationship that I don't like. I don't quite, because I'm possessive and jealous, and so I couldn't handle a non-monogamous. Can I even handle a syllable? I don't know. but what I'm saying is he's already violated so many of the terms of
what is a relationship without trust. Also, once the trust is broken,
100%.
in my experience, trust doesn't ever. You can't rebuild trust, particularly after 2.5 years, and particularly when he's. Clearly, I mean, when he tells you, please, Dianne, please tell me that you know the idea that he is helping and healing somebody through sexual intercourse.
And this weird, like this.
It's such bullshit.
Sick,
it really is.
It makes
ridiculous.
my blood pressure go through the roof.
I know.
It's the worst thing I've ever heard.
The hotel room thing is.
Oh no, that's not.
Sim,
Sim, I can tell you worse. Sim, I can tell you worse.
Dianne,
we gotta get you out of
your own
this.
question. You didn't need to ring us. You need to give us his address.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you still love the guy. I mean, that's why you wrote in.
Or
I mean, there's
is it
something.
safety and security? I don't know. People stay in relationships for those things too, and they think that it's love. I've done that.
Here's the thing: the whole non-monogamous thing, it blew up in her face. Is what happened. It completely blew up in her face because it did. It did because
Whoa.
you're feeling.
What a dick.
You're
I'm
feeling.
sorry,
No,
Diane. My
it's true though because you're
producing
feeling.
partner
But
seems being kind of a dick.
she's obviously been railroaded into this.
I understand that. I completely
so
get
she-
that.
she hasn't
But
been
he's
hoisted by her
he's
own
here's what
petard.
he's doing. He's taking some liberties which he shouldn't be. He's obviously he's testing her. He's testing to see. He's like, you know what? Since we already have a non-monogamous
He wants his
relationship,
cake,
let me
he wants to eat it.
exactly, which is a wrong thing for him to do. He completely violated her trust. And but here's the thing. It's like, how much rope are you going to give him? How much
Right.
rope do you want to give him?
That's the thing. Right now, there's really not much. The ball is in his court to regain my trust, and I just don't really know what to suggest besides time and space. Like, we've taken some steps. I said within the first couple of days, like, we need couples counseling because I cannot do this without somebody else in the room to at least mediate, because you don't really understand why like, it feels like you don't understand why I'm upset, and you just trying to understand this rationally is not helping, because you're looking for, like, what specific about this upset me, and I don't really care.
It's
Like, you
emotional.
lied
It's
to
not
me.
rational.
And a guy that thinks that he can tell you as an intelligent woman that he needs to make love to somebody who's grieving, or that he got sick so he has to share a hotel room, and thinks that he can convince you that's sort of bordering on
Sociopath.
Yes. Yeah.
Sociopathic behavior.
Yeah.
You're looking at a personality disorder here.
Diane,
and I would
don't
warn
want you to get fucking murdered, please.
Well, I think that she's joking. I mean, I've not seen
Well,
any
I don't
evidence
though. No, I'm not. I
of,
don't
like,
want her to get murdered though. I'm not.
Shoot a baby.
If you say that in earnest, but
I mean, this isn't the '60s. It's a wrap on this guy.
yeah, Diane, I hope that I hope that because I have believed one of my, like, I've had a couple of ex-boyfriends, and I've only had like two, because I A, I was scared of my body, and B, tried to make a bad thing work. So I have very limited relationship experience. So that's why I started a relationship podcast. But I have had the experience of a guy telling me, "Oh, this girl tried to kiss me," and I have found out 3 times. Well, twice. I should revise that. But from 2 different guys. So it counts as 3 times. That it was a total fucking lie. That they totally fucked. And the excuse was that a girl tried to, because that was like the good cover. Like, in case like my friends or somebody found out or somebody started talking, the cover was, "Oh, so-and-so tried to kiss me. So remember that night I told you about, babe? I told you about it. We totally didn't fuck. It's a rumor. Remember I told you she tried to kiss me?" And I was like, "No, you got to back off, because I'm in love with Anna." You probably said Anna.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a common tactic.
Okay,
I just want you to protect yourself, Diane.
We need to give her some final advice.
I got some advice for you, Diane.
Yeah, we need to give her some final advice right now, because we have to
Let's
leave.
do a GoFundMe page for Diane.
Yeah.
Wait, I mean,
Tinder
but here's the
account.
thing,
Let's do a Tinder account.
But do you think, Diane, are you willing to break up with him? Because I feel like that's like the obvious advice from, at least from the 3 of us. Are you willing to do that?
Space is obviously a thing that we need. Walking away is obviously a thing I need to do, and I'm not sure whether I'm in a place where I'm just letting this die a slow death rather than ripping off the Band-Aid. I mean, I've appreciated the stuff he's done so far because it's all he knows how to do. There's definitely, like, most of my friends are basically like, "You can do better." They're in a place. I'm in a place where they understand, they have my back, and that feels like the best thing in the entire world. But at the same time, I know that on some level, if I give him this chance and he fucks up again, all I'm going to get is an "I told you so." And I see where they're coming from with that, and I see where I'm coming from in terms of, like, having dignity and having pride.
Right.
And there's an amazing expression. The first time someone fucks you over, shame on them. And the second time someone fucks you over, shame on you. And I don't want you to find yourself there, because do you believe this relationship's done? She's still a grieving widow. They're still friends. I mean, what's not to say? It feels like 2 weeks sharing a room.
And he's
it feels
hurting
like
you.
he's going to continue this behind your back, possibly. And you're naturally, like all of us, we can feel like as soon as something's leaving, suddenly we want it more, and you might feel yourself pulled into a competition. And then this is going to hurt you. I mean, in terms of how, like, ripping the bandage off versus, allowing this to die a slow death, the most painful thing for you will be to allow this a slow death, because my instincts are, from this story, this is going to happen again and again, if not with the same person, ultimately with somebody else. Like, you're probably looking at a 5 out of 10 pain-wise if you walk away from this right now. If you delay, you're looking at a 10 again and again, not to be dramatic.
No, listen, I think you're totally dead on.
And in like 2 years from now.
Oh my gosh, when you've invested more, when then you're 32, we all know what it's like to age and
Diane, we always preach about like trying to make a bad thing work, because that's like sort of what so many women do. But listen, I'm telling you, there's incredible liberation in letting him go.
Hey, Diane, let me know what you decide. Send me an email. Let me know what you decide.
And thank you, Diane.
And thank you so much for sharing this. I know this was really personal for you, and I really, really appreciate you sharing this with us.
I want to touch base with you again, because I really want to actually. I have a gazillion questions for you, but Isla has to go. So, but I do want to. I don't know. Maybe at a later podcast, I can call you back, because I want to ask you about the whole origins of everything.
Okay, that sounds good. We'll do that.
Would that be okay?
Okay.
It was so nice to meet you, Diane. Sorry if I sounded tough.
No.
I want you to believe in yourself.
You were
This is
protecting her
really-
heart.
yeah,
That's what our
of
whole
course.
mantra is.
Of course. All right. Good night, Diane.
Good night.